was released in August 2011 with 4 inches of display and 8 megapixel back camera, internal storage of 4 GB and no external card slot, 1 GB of RAM and 1930 mAh battery. Xiaomi Mi 2 was released in August 2012 with 4.3 inches of display and 8 megapixel of camera with first time front camera of 2 megapixel, 16 and 32 GB of variant of internal storage, 2 GB of RAM and 2000 mAh battery. Xiaomi Mi 2S with 4.3 inches of display and 8 and 13 megapixel back cameras with front 2 megapixel and 16 and 32 GB of storage with 2 GB RAM and 2000 mAh battery. Xiaomi Mi 2A was released in September 2013 with 4.5 inches of display and 8 megapixel of primary camera with front 2 megapixel, 16 GB of internal storage with 1 GB of RAM and 2030 mAh battery. Mi 3 was released in August 2011 with 5 inches of display and 13 megapixel of back camera with front 2 megapixel camera, 16 and 64 GB internal storage variants, 2 GB of RAM and 3050 mAh battery. Xiaomi Mi 4 was released in July 2014 with 5 inches of display, 13 megapixel of camera and 16 and 64 GB of internal storage with 3 GB of RAM, 3080 mAh battery. Xiaomi Mi 4i. It was released in April 2015 with 5 inches of display, 13 megapixel of back camera with front 5 megapixel, 2 GB of RAM and 3120 mAh battery. Xiaomi Mi 4C was released in September 2015 with 5 inches of display, 13 megapixel front back camera and front 5 megapixel with 16 and 32 GB of internal storage, 2 and 3 GB of RAM, 3080 mAh battery. Xiaomi Mi 5 was released in April 2016 with 5.1 inches of display and 16 megapixel back camera with front 4 megapixel and 3000 mAh battery. Xiaomi Mi 5S Plus was released in September 2016, 5.7 inches of display, 13 plus 13 megapixel dual camera, rear camera, front 4 megapixel and 3800 mAh battery. Xiaomi Mi 6 was released in April 2017 with 5.1 inches of display, dual rear camera, 12 plus 12 megapixel and front 8 megapixel with 3350 mAh battery. Xiaomi Mi 8 was released in May 2018 with 6.2 inches of display, 12 plus 12 dual rear camera with front 20 megapixel with 6 to 8 GB of RAM and 3400 mAh battery. Xiaomi Mi Lite was released in September 2018, 6.26 inches of display, 12 plus 5 megapixel dual rear camera with front 24 megapixel with 3350 mAh battery. Xiaomi Mi 9 was released in February 2019 with 6.39 inches of display with triple rear camera of 48 plus 12 plus 16 megapixel with front 20 megapixel camera and 3300 mAh battery. Xiaomi Mi 9T was released in June 2019 with 6.39 inches of display, 48 plus 8 plus 13 megapixel triple camera and front 20 megapixel camera with 4000 mAh battery. Xiaomi Mi 9T Pro was released in August 2019, 6.39 inches of display, triple rear camera 48 plus 8 plus 13 megapixel and front 20 megapixel of camera with 4000 mAh battery. Xiaomi Mi 10 was released in February 2020, 6.67 inches of display with quad camera setup with main 108 megapixel of camera and selfie camera is 20 megapixel and with 4780 mAh battery. Xiaomi Mi 10 Pro was released in February 2020, 6.67 inches of display with quad camera setup on back and with 108 megapixel of main camera, front camera of 20 megapixel with 8 to 12 GB of RAM and 256 to 512 GB of internal storage and 4500 mAh battery.